the Bookworm's Buddy. As you all know by now, I am a huge lover of Halloween in this time of year, and I just really love scary stuff. I love scary books and scary movies. So I want to do something a little bit different for the month of October, for the rest of the month of October. And what I'm going to call it is Thursday's Terror, and I'm going to be reading to you short stories on Thursdays that are scary. So I just figured this would be something fun that I could do for my channel for this month. So let's just jump right into this first one. I have one already to read here. It's just a couple pages. So it shouldn't take too long. You will recognize this. It's called The Babysitter and the Man Upstairs. And you will recognize this from a movie that first came out in 1979 and then was remade in 2006. So when I get into the story, you'll realize what this is coming from. It does have a very creepy air about it. I did watch the 2006 movie. I have not seen the 1979 movie, but I would like to watch that one too. So here we go. The Babysitter and the Man Upstairs. A married couple were going out for an evening and called the teenage babysitter to take care of their 3 children. When she arrived, they told her that they probably wouldn't be back until late and that the kids were already asleep, so she needn't disturb them. The babysitter starts doing her homework while awaiting a call from her boyfriend. After a while, the phone rings. She answers it but hears no one on the other end, just silence. Then, whoever it is, hangs up. After a few more minutes, the phone rings again. She answers, and this time there's a man on the line who says in a very chilling voice, "Have you checked the children?" Click. At first she thinks it might have been the father calling to check up and he got interrupted. So she decides to ignore it. She goes back to her homework and then the phone rings again. "Have you checked the children?" The creepy voice on the other end, says the creepy voice on the other end. "Mr. Murphy?" she asks, but the caller hangs up again. She decides to phone the restaurant where the parents said they would be dining. But when she asks for Mr. Murphy, she is told that he and his wife had left the restaurant 45 minutes earlier. So she calls the police and reports that a stranger has been calling her and hanging up. "Has he threatened you?" the dispatcher asks. "No," she says. "Well, there's nothing we can really do about it. You could try reporting the prank caller to the phone company." A few minutes go by and she gets another call. "Why haven't you checked the children?" the voice says. "Who is this?" she asks. But he hangs up again. She dials 911 again and says, "I'm scared. I know he's out there. He's watching me." "Have you seen him?" the dispatcher asks. She says, "No." "Well, there isn't much we can do about it," the dispatcher asks. The babysitter goes into a panic mode and pleads with him to help her. Now, it'll be okay," he says. "Give me your number and street address, and if you can keep the guy on the phone for at least a minute, we'll try and trace the call. What was your name again?" "Linda." "Okay, Linda, if he calls back, we'll do our best to trace the call. But just keep calm. Can you do that for me?" "Yes," she says, and hangs up. She decides to turn the lights down so she can see if anyone's outside, and that's when she gets another call. "It's me," the familiar voice says. "Why did you turn the lights down?" "Can you see me?" she asks, panicking. "Yes," he says, after a long pause. "Look, you've scared me," she says. "I'm shaking. Are you happy? Is that what you wanted?" "No." "Then what do you want?" she asks. Another long pause. "Your blood. All over me." She slams the phone down, terrified. Almost immediately it rings again. "Leave me alone," she screams, but it's the dispatcher calling back. His voice is urgent. "Linda, we've traced the call. It's coming from another room inside the house. Get out of there, now." She turns to the front door, attempting to unlock it, and dash outside, only to find the chain at the top still attached. In the time it takes her to unhook it, she sees the door open at the top of the stairs. Light streams from the children's bedroom, revealing the profile of a man standing just inside. She finally gets the door open and bursts outside, only to find a cop standing on the doorstep with his gun drawn. At this point, she's safe, of course, but when they capture the intruder and drag him downstairs in handcuffs, she sees he is covered in blood. Come to find out, all 3 children have been murdered. So, as you know, this is from the movie When a Stranger Calls. And like I said, it first came out in 1979 and then was remade in 2006. And it is amazing to me how they can make a full-length movie out of these 2 pages. And if you were that babysitter, I know if I was that babysitter, I probably would have had a heart attack or something. As I said before, I'm a little desensitized to horror and that kind of stuff. But when it's an instance like this where you are the person involved, you couldn't help but be creeped out and scared and just, you know, not knowing what was going to happen. You would just, I don't know, I would really freak out and probably, like I said, have a heart attack. But anyway, that was our first one, The Babysitter and the Man Upstairs. I didn't find any information about who originally wrote this. And they also said that they are not sure if this was an actual event or not. So I guess everybody just thought it would be a great movie, so they turned it into a movie. But anyway, that is our story for today's Thursday's Terror. Thanks for staying tuned, guys, and I'll have another one for you next week. See ya. Bye.